After the volcanoes north of Medina, Saudi Arabia surprised us again. In the southwest of the country lies a mountain range with steep roads and beautiful views. If you get to see them, of course.
I am Celine. And this is Benjamin. We are traveling the world with our Toyota Landcruiser from Belgium to South Africa. We have left the Red Sea coast. We drove from Jeddah to Taif and now onwards more south from Taif. We're taking a roadside stop to check the view. We're currently at 2,500 meters. You can feel that it's cooler here, but it's not cold. I was expecting that it was going to be cold, but not at all actually. Just a little more breezy.
Here, roadside stops often come with baboons. Visitors have the bad habit of feeding them, what makes the baboons less scared of humans and more aggressive. For the local people, it's really a plague, so please don't feed them. Tony's speed varies greatly in the mountains. Sometimes we really crawl over these hills, but our hitchhiker didn't seem to mind.
We tried to make a side tour to find a good camp spot, but it didn't work out. The road just stopped, so we had to retrace, and now we follow the main road again.
It sure is beautiful here, but we kinda miss things to do. When we think about mountains, we think about hiking, trail running, being active. But we can't find any trails nor information. We decided to just park somewhere, put on our gear, and start walking.
The way up here was super steep. We crawled all the way in first gear. And now we're crawling ourselves.
In first gear.
Zero gear.
Zero gear is like this.
Oh, it's really steep. We just had a quick lunch where we had some company from these little blue geckos. They're very nice. Blue body, and then the middle of the tail is salmon colored. Tourism in Saudi Arabia is really young, so there are barely any hiking trails. So if you want to hike, you're on your own. You just have to find a way in between rocks and bushes. In some areas it's easier, of course, but here it's quite difficult. You don't see any goat tracks, it's just rocks all the way up. Our trail finding wasn't a success. The boulders were just too big with too many shrubs in between, so we had to fold and head back. The way to get out of here is super steep. I insisted on taking this spot, but I'm already regretting it. We're not entirely sure that it will connect to where we want to be. So if we have to go all the way back here, it will be crazy. Because we did really steep descents, which I don't know if we can manage it uphill. It's like a whole fun. Especially because it's like hairpin bends, turning circle is very tight, and we have a very large turning cycle. Man, that was a tough road, even for the passenger, but I think even more for the driver.
And even more for the car.
But we're almost at the end of the trek and we found a super nice spot where we can stay. It's a bit of a wadi, so let's hope it doesn't rain. Maybe we first check the weather, because it's always dangerous to sleep in a wadi. Let's see if they don't predict rain, we can sleep here. It's super nice. We can see the whole rock wall that we're coming from. From here you wouldn't even say that there's a road, but there is, and it's a quite crazy one. And we also see this big other rock. Would that be Jebel Shada? Something Jebel. We're leaving this fantastic spot. Less difficult stretch to get into town. Today they predict rain, so for the next night we will find a spot that is not in the wadi that might be safer. We're exploring Taif village, a beautifully restored stone village. It's also often called the marble village because it's built on marble rock. Yesterday we arrived at the start of the Humaida Stairs, an ancient pathway going all the way to the valley. We didn't start the hike or the run because it was so cloudy and foggy and we couldn't see anything. So we stayed overnight and now we're taking a second attempt, but it's exactly the same. So we will descend a little bit, maybe we get below the clouds, but we don't have high hopes. Oh, what do we have here? Is this the best view we're gonna get today? A little bit of a clearing in the clouds, so we can see the valley at least. It was not only a foggy morning, but as well a foggy day. So we use it as a driving day, but it's not the easiest, as the driver has to concentrate. and for me it's just a little bit painful to my eyes to look in all this whiteness. We will push through to Abha today, which is already quite southern. It's pity that we cannot see the scenery in which we're driving because it's probably nice mountains. So these are the mist lamps of the Saudis. Let's hope we see something tomorrow, but I'm not sure because it looks like there might be some thunderstorms tomorrow.
From Abha, we drive out of the mountains again towards Jizan, where we board a ferry to Farasan Islands. And the first off-road we can take, we take.
And suddenly we are on an island. We left the mountains this morning and we took an afternoon ferry to Farasan Islands in the very south of Saudi Arabia. We have to take the ferry from Jizan, and now we're here. A complete change of scenery again.
It's almost 7 a.m. We're having breakfast in front of the headquarters of the Gazelle Reserve here on Farasan Island. We're waiting for the office to open because then we can register and book, although it's free, which is very special, book a ranger, so a car with a ranger will go in front of us and we can drive behind it, and then we will look for gazelles in the reserve. We're looking forward. How many will we see? A few, hopefully. We're not yet in Africa, but we are on our first safari.
Five minutes in and we saw 2 gazelles. Really small ones. And they're running up.
Away from the car.
Away from us. Oh, they're so fast.
They're
Oh, yeah. Many more.
The Gazelle Reserve was fun. We saw heaps of gazelles, but they're so shy that it's really hard to take good footage. They run away quickly, but it was nice to see them. Really, there are a lot of them. So we said this morning we hope to see maybe 2. I think we saw hundreds. So nice.
Spend the rest of the day on this private beach. No one's here, very quiet. And now it's sunset and apero time. With soda, of course, because there still is no alcohol in Saudi, but we'll survive another day.
The nights have started where we can just sleep with all our windows open. How great is this in the morning? Come on, it is great. Look at the sunset.
Checking the track on foot first. It's a steep ascent, very rocky, with deep holes. Just checking what line to choose. Challenging trek. The view to the other side is more relaxing. Last hours on Farasan Islands. We thought we were gonna have more time to prepare lunch, have a shower, have a swim, but it will just be quick lunch and a shower. The trek took longer than we expected, and the ferry won't wait for us. We're taking a scenic drive in the mountains from Fayfa to Wadi Lajab. Around Fayfa it was still nice, we could see something, but now it's completely covered in fog. We don't see more than 5 meters. So yeah, scenic, very scenic. Luckily we have some road entertainment. The baboons, they keep us entertained. In the meantime, we're below the clouds, below the fog. We can see clearly again. We're taking a roadside stop for lunch. And we have to decide what we're gonna do. We're going to head to Wadi Lajab. It's a canyon, which should be nice for hiking and swimming. There are pools, so you follow the canyon. But wadis, they can be dangerous when there's rain, because then the water can rise very quickly. And they predict rain, so it's probably not the best place to go to right now. We're maybe 10 kilometers before the fork in the road where we have to decide, so we'll see what we do. What do you think?
Take a look. Let's see.
Okay, we'll see.
We'll see.
We're driving in a canyon, so it looks like we made a decision. We're in Wadi Lajab. Let's hope it doesn't rain. Well, we're definitely not alone here. It's Friday, weekend day here in the Middle East. We're going for it. Natural shower. We're heading back. It starts to rain very lightly, but there's a big siren growing, so I think it's time to get all these people out of the canyon.
Come out of the canyon quickly!
Evacuate the canyon. Oh, thank you. While I was filming this, we received a gift from Jizan province. Benjamin already has one.
It smells like wheat.
This is the province of the flower men and now also of the flower ladies. We're out of the canyon and now it starts to pour. Just in time.
We got stopped a lot in this area. Young guys wanting to have a chat with us. We loved their style and would have loved to spend a bit more time here, but we started to feel like we should keep on moving. After a cozy roadside dinner stop, we continued all the way to Najran, where we were again an attraction.
Thank you. Thank you.
والله welcome صديق. شكرا welcome.
Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
يلا باي باي.
Goodbye.
I love you too. I love you.
Bye bye. Enjoy your night.
We did a quick exploration of Najran. We loved the old mud houses and the Janabi souk. It's not a souk that is just for tourists. It's really a place where the people of Najran go and buy their accessories and goods.
Bye bye! We're leaving Najran, the very south of Saudi. It's crazy, but we just got stopped again on the highway. Like a car coming straight ahead of you, waving that you have to stop, and then at the side of the road, all these pictures, and then more cars stop and more cars, and then we were suddenly surrounded by 6 cars, all wanting to take a picture with us or invite us for dinner. It's really crazy. I think here in the south they even see less tourists than elsewhere in the country. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
In the next and final Saudi episode, we make a lot of kilometers.
We're on the longest driving day of our trip so far.
We'll keep you entertained with rock inscriptions and lots of sand. Some wanted, some unwanted.
Oh my god, it's really a sandstorm.
We also visit our friends in Riyadh, where we learn that farms in Saudi look different than farms in Belgium. And we take a trip to Qatar, together with this lovely family on the road.